Hello and welcome to the Bumpa Business Stories podcast. I'm your host, Talula Doherty Adetono. Now, you may be wondering, what is Bumpa? Well, think of Bumpa as your e-commerce best friend, helping you to grow your sales both online and offline with a website, inventory tracking, website analytics, and a whole lot more. Check it out at www.getbumpa.com. Now on to today's guest. We are with Diusor Odiakosa, who is the founder of the Ajala Store and the Game Plug. Nice to have you on the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. So let's talk about both Ajala Store and the Game Plug. I know Ajala Store is all about travel essentials. That's what you sell on there. And with the Game Plug, you sell games for friends and couples to connect and to get to know each other better. How did both businesses come about?
Okay, so I started Ajala Store in 2019. So I was looking for a store where I could get travel essentials. So I needed a travel bag, I needed a travel scale, and I just really wanted one shop where I could find. And I went around, I could not find anywhere. And I remember saying to my brother that, why is there no one store that has like everything, like a traveling bag? Why would I have it buy a box from XYZ store? They look for padlock from another store, so why is there no store? And after the trip I was buying things for, I came back. I said, I'm going to start a business like that. And that's how I started the Ajala Store. So right now, 4 years, going into 4 years, will be 4 years in October. And we've basically just been selling travel essentials. So we tell things like traveling bags, passport covers, luggage tags, things that basically make traveling fun and easy for you. That's where Ajala Store came about.
Okay.
And then in 2020, when COVID happened, we had like a game or two that we used to sell for someone, and somebody said, why don't you have more games, or why can't you sell this kind of game and everything? And we're like, okay, maybe we will just add one or two. And then somebody reached out to me and said, oh, please, can I sell this game in your shop? And I'm like, oh, let's try it and see. And then it looked like people were bored during COVID, and even after COVID was like easing off, people were still looking for things to do, and that's how we started selling games. So on Game Plug, we sell all types of games that you can use in church, for church parties, house parties, birthdays, conversation cards for couples, drinking games, any kind of game you can take.
That's such good fun. I love that both sort of came out of a need that you had identified in the market, and then you decided to turn them into businesses. So we all know that the online landscape can be a little bit, quite competitive. There's so many brands out there, both in the travel space and in the game space as well. So how do you think you've been able to stand out from the competition, just in order to sort of attract your ideal customer?
Okay, so for games, for example, we try as much as possible to sell every kind of game that you can think of, but we will not sell a regular game that you can easily find on the street or anything. So we source from games from different parts of the world. So if there's a new game in Kenya, or it is a new game in the US, we're looking for it. So other people might not have a lot of variety of games, but as at today, we have over 110 types of game that we sell in our store.
Wow.
So even if you buy XYZ game from us today, you will definitely see a new game the next time. So that way we always stand out, because we give you like variety is the spice of life.
Of course,
you,
yes.
Varieties. If you tell us we want a couple game, for example, like something to build intimacy, we have that. If you want something to spark up things in the bedroom, we have it. So we give you varieties. And I think that's what really makes us stand out from the rest of the people.
That's so interesting. And have you had any sort of feedback from your clients saying, oh, this game helped me reconnect with my partner, or this game helped me get closer to the people in my church? What sort of feedback do you get?
So we get feedbacks like that. I think one that really stood out for me in recent times, it just happened like 2 weeks ago. I think it's even on our Instagram, and a lady said, oh, I wanted a game that my husband and I were like feeling a bit disconnected. I wanted something to just spice things up, and just by them playing a few cards, they were able to have like some deep conversations, because we have things that will make you start from like very light conversation, you go all the way up. So people really give us feedback like that, and it warms my heart to see it. Or somebody buys a luggage scale from the Ajala Store and say, oh, I was able to make sure that my bag was in up to 50 kg or 30 kg to avoid paying for excess luggage. So things like that. We have reviews on our page. So I think our products speak for themselves.
Interesting. Regarding the Ajala Store, there's something I find very interesting. So, you sell like luggage and travel essentials. And when I think of luggage, I think of going to a shop, like literally physically carrying the suitcase. Okay, is it heavy? Is it not heavy? Inspecting it. But with selling online, those elements are not there. So how are you able to create trust and convince your clients from the Ajala store to actually patronize the brand?
Okay, so what we try to do with that is in recent times, we just tell you that if you're not very comfortable, you can come to our store. So we try to make sure that we're in between. So in Lagos, we have a store on the mainland or the island. So there's definitely one store.
Okay, so you have a physical store.
Yeah, we have two physical stores.
Two physical stores, great.
So you can easily walk into that. If you don't want to walk into the store, for example, for a box, for example, we'll tell you it's lightweight. Most of our boxes are lightweight. We can measure it with the scale for you to see. We can show you videos, anything that you want to see that, even if you say you want to call us on like a video call to see the item, we do that just to make sure that you're sure of what you're getting.
Okay. Oh, fantastic. I think that's a great one. Let's talk about e-commerce now, because I know with e-commerce it makes the world smaller. It means that you're able to reach more customers in various different locations. So how has I know you're a Bumpa merchant, so you have a Bumpa website, but how has having a website and an e-commerce presence boosted your two businesses?
Okay, so having a website, it just takes off some stress. So as much as Nigerians want you to reply them at maybe 11 p.m. or 12 midnight, it's just as simple as, we don't work on Sundays, for example, but you can order on our website 24/7. So it just saves us the stress. And the good thing with using like a website like Bumpa for us is it also helps with our inventory. So for example, I don't have to go to my store to see how much of goods I have in the store. Just because somebody buys X number on the website.
Yes.
We can easily know, okay, we're running low on this store.
Yes.
We need to like restock or anything. So it just gives us ease. You buy what you want to buy. Even if it's 1 a.m., you remember, buy what you want to buy. By the time we resume officially, maybe like 9 a.m. or something, we dispatch. So it makes it easy for us. I mean, prior to that time, before we didn't have a website, we always have to wait for like our opening hours. They reply all pending DMs and they now process orders. So it shortens the time of, we have to reply them, confirm payment and things like that.
And do you feel like the culture in Nigeria, like we're starting to get more comfortable with using websites? Because there was a time when websites seemed a little bit like of a stress. People were just like, oh no, let me just chat on WhatsApp or let me just chat on Instagram. How do your customers respond to using the website?
Well, some people are indifferent about websites. So sometimes they order on the website and they want to transfer to your account. So they see, pay with a card, and for lack of better, some people have trust issues.
Yes.
So they're like, I don't want to put my card on any website. We're like, the website is purely secured. We're not taking your details or anything. But some people still, so we give them the option of either you pay with your card or you pay by transfer to our account, whichever you want. But the thing with transferring to account is you still have to wait for us to confirm your payment.
Yes.
Time. But gradually, I mean, compared to website, using the website, and now people order more on the website. So at least every other day, we always have a website order.
Okay.
And we try to push it. We try to tell you the advantages. There's no DM delay. It's 24/7. It's secured. And pushing that, I mean, people are embracing it more compared to like when we started using the website. Actually,
I love that. I think that's true. And I think website is just the best for business owners. It's seamless. It's easy, like you said. You see your orders, you fulfill them, and it's a lot less headache. So yeah, you guys, please be using the website, and we appreciate it. Let's talk about balance now, because you are a serial entrepreneur. You have 3 businesses. I know you have another business, Diddy.
That's like a hobby. Actually.
Okay, that's like a hobby. Okay, so you have 2 businesses and a hobby, and you're a mom as well. So how are you able to balance and juggle all the different areas of your life?
So it's a bit of hassle, for lack of better words. I know I keep on saying lack of better words. So aside my businesses, I also work part-time at a beach.
Oh,
so
really?
It's really a lot of work, and like you said, I'm a new mom, so that's like a whole business on its own, a whole work. But I would say that before becoming all these extra roles, I believe in structure. So I built a structure around my business where my business doesn't depend on me. For example, I haven't been to my store in 2 months.
Oh wow.
But it doesn't mean I'm not selling or I'm not making money or anything. I think that I've also just tried to make sure that the structure works for me. I didn't just start from, I just said, structure, and then it works. So I've gone through like classes. I've read books, I've had to subscribe to different things to listen. So balancing is making sure I have the right staff, hiring right. There's a whole handbook. So if you have a new staff today, you know what you're supposed to do. Everything is contained in the handbook. There's no, oh, call me. If you're calling me, then it means that it's really beyond the control. So my structure is there that helps me to balance. Yes, some days the structure might be, oh, because we live in Nigeria, there's Nigeria factor and everything.
Want to scale your business sales this year? Then get the #1 sales app for businesses today, Bumpa, and you'll never struggle with running, managing, closing, or tracking your sales ever again. It has all the powerful solutions your business needs to run sales easily. A fully functional website, business analytics, discounts and coupons creator, inventory tracking, and CRM tool for sending emails and SMS to your customers all in one place. And here's a neat trick. You can connect your Instagram to your Bumpa app and start closing sales 2 times faster. And no, I'm not done. If you run a big business with staff, you can monitor their activities and delegate tasks to them, especially if you receive a lot of orders. You can also restrict their roles and what they see on your store. You can get started now with just 2,500 naira for the Bumpa Starter Plan or 5,000 naira for the Bumpa Pro Plan. Download the Bumpa app on the Apple Store or Play Store and subscribe to take your business to the next level this year.
So let's talk about challenges. I know being an entrepreneur can be a rocky road sometimes. There's a lot of highs and lows. Can you share any of the lows with us? Any challenges that you have faced within your 2 businesses and how you were able to overcome them?
I think the first challenge I have faced, or I'm still facing, is fluctuation of like exchange rates. So all our products are sourced out of Nigeria. So we always have to buy dollar or pounds or whatever currency. And today you're buying dollar at black market rate at XYZ. Tomorrow is another price. So it's very inconsistent. And it's really annoying sometimes because we try to maintain the prices that we sell to the customers every time. We don't increase our prices very regularly. If we increase our price, it means that it's really beyond our control. So that's one challenge, and it's a challenge that will keep on going on because we don't even know how long the rates are going to be. And that's one. Another challenge we also face is shipping. Because also we don't buy in Nigeria, you're never sure of what's going to happen. Is the container in my goods going to land safely? For example, sometime last year we had a goods that normally would take maybe 3 months to come to Nigeria, and that container got seized. They had some control. So from March, I didn't get the goods till December.
Oh, wow. That's a while.
And that's like money tied up because you don't even know when your goods is ever going to come out. So those are like little things that I face. Then also in Nigeria to delivery, some customers will say, oh, I can't pay 3,000 naira, for example, to XYZ location. Why is delivery so expensive?
Yes.
And we don't determine this prices.
Yes.
It's the delivery companies or maybe whatever. You'll say, oh, fuel has gone up. Price has to go up. Or sometimes in stores there's like one tax to pay or one funny thing that you don't even know what you're paying for.
TV and radio license, all these
very random
taxation things that come up.
So another challenge also is staffing sometimes. Not getting people who want to work. These days people just want free money. They don't want to work and they come up with very random excuses on why they don't want to work. Somebody's telling you, oh, I can't come to work today because my grandmother is sick, or I need to go for some prayers. I mean, I'm like, is it because it's a business? If you're working like in a corporate organization,
exactly,
you need to do that. But they just feel like, oh, I'm not working in a corporate space. I can do whatever it is I want to do. And it's just sometimes finding reliable people. And that's why whenever I have a good staff, I make sure I keep you. If it's to increase your salary, if it's to give bonuses, whatever it is to just keep people, I'd rather do that right now.
It makes sense. It can be very frustrating when you don't have the right staff and you're relying on them to do certain roles, and if they're not able to, then that puts a lot of pressure back on you. So I think all of us business owners can most definitely relate. Yeah. So now I want to talk about what you would say to anybody who's listening, watching this podcast, who wants to get into the e-commerce space, who has an idea for a product-based business, and they're looking at you, Ajala Store and the Game Plug, saying, wow, I love, what you're doing. I want to try and replicate some of that success. What advice would you give?
I would say right now, if you don't have a niche, don't do a business. Because every day somebody's trying to do exactly what you're doing. So for you to stand out, you need to have a niche. There needs to be a why on why you're doing that business. So why is it because Black Baja is doing it and that's why I want to do it? Like there must be a reason, and your reason must be so that you're going to solve a particular problem. If you're not going to solve a particular problem, or you're not trying to like bridge into like a particular gap, you don't go into business. And if you're going into business, one thing I always say is don't think that your friends and family will always be your customers. Don't ever have that mindset that everybody's going to buy from me because they're my family and my friends. That's one of the biggest lessons I ever learned starting a business, that they're not your customers. Yes, they're your customers, but they're not the people that are going to probably buy from you first, or they're not going to be the people that are going to first trust you. So you need to remember that your family and friends separate. You need to build your own customer base. You need to do your own research on why you want to do the business, why you're going into the business. And if possible, make sure you do everything possible. Have a good social media knowledge, website knowledge, things that will make your business easy, because customers are not going to wait for it to be replying DMs very slowly. So you need to be like fast. So that's what I was saying.
Okay, thank you so much. This is lots of really good tips there. So we're learning today. So we've now come to the segment of the podcast where we have our Bumper e-commerce trivia quiz. I'm going to ask you a series of questions relating to e-commerce just to test your knowledge about how much you really know about the e-commerce space. Are you ready?
I think I am.
Okay, so let's do this. What does the acronym KPI stand for in the context of e-commerce performance measurement? Is it A, key performance indicator, B, key product innovation, C, key promotional initiative, or D, key partnership integration?
Key performance indicator.
You're right. You see, you're doing this. All right, next question. What is the term used to describe the process of optimizing a website to appear higher in search engine results? Is it A, search engine optimization, B, customer relationship management, C, click-through rate, or D, return on investment?
Search engine optimization.
You are right. All right, next question. Which social media platform is known for its buy button feature, allowing users to make purchases directly within the platform? Is it A, Facebook, B, Instagram, C, Pinterest, or D, Twitter?
Instagram or Facebook does that.
So which one is it? Is it Facebook or Instagram? Or Pinterest or Twitter?
Instagram.
You're very right, yes. Oh, you're doing well. Last question, if you get this. All right.
Is there a prize for me?
Maybe.
Okay.
Just very possibly. All right. What is the word used to describe the process of persuading customers to complete their purchase after abandoning their shopping cart? Is it A, remarketing, B, retargeting, C, re-engagement, or D, recovery?
Re-engagement.
You're wrong. It's recovery.
Well, how is it recovery?
It's recovery. The Bumper quiz masters say it's recovery. So
I beg to differ.
It's recovery. So, but you did very well. 3 out of 4.
Because if you're going to have to get the customer to pay, you have to go back sometimes to engage them. Sometimes you have to call them.
But
you have to talk to them.
It's cart recovery because you have to recover the cart.
I beg to differ.
Oh, well.
That's correct. You will prove to me after this.
Oh, don't worry, after this.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for making time to chat with us on Bumper Business Stories. We really enjoyed your company. Loved hearing about your journey with the Ajala Store and the Game Plug, and wishing you lots of success in the future. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome.